Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you had a great holiday season. I am here today with your 2026 market projections. We're going to start nationally and look at mortgage rates, home prices, home inventory, and home sales. And then we'll drill down to a more local level looking at Raleigh, Durham, and Cary. And for the purposes of this video, I typically always use information from the MLS. All of our year-end data is not out yet. So today I will be using redfin.com, realtor.com, Zillow, and the National Association of Realtors. So some different sources that I've used in the past. Once all the data comes out from the MLS, I'll do a 2025 year in review so that you know exactly how the triangle stacked up in 2025 in the real estate market. But we'll get right into it and we'll start with mortgage rates. So for mortgage rates in 2026, the biggest takeaway, most experts expect modest improvement, but not a dramatic drop. So if you're a buyer who's been sitting on the sidelines waiting for 3% interest rates, we're not going to see that this year. We'll see some modest improvement, and that's going to have a positive impact overall on monthly mortgage payments. Everyone is pretty much projecting right around 6%. So like realtor.com is saying about 6.3% for the 30-year fixed. The National Association of Realtors is saying right around 6%. Mortgage Bankers Association says right around 6.4, and then Fannie Mae says high fives to low sixes for the 30-year fixed for 2026. Overall, rates will still be elevated, slight improvement, and that modest change can help with monthly mortgage payments. Prices, major forecasters are projecting modest growth, not a boom. So this is pretty consistent with what we've seen the last few years in the real estate market. We've seen more normal price appreciation, 1 to 3%, as opposed to the huge increases that we saw during the pandemic, which really was not sustainable. So healthy home price appreciation in 2026. Redfin is projecting about a 1% increase. Zillow projects about a 1.2% increase, and then Realtor.com says about 2.2% increase in home prices in 2026. So most markets projecting modest appreciation. Inventory is where our forecasters say we're going to see the most improvement. In fact, Realtor.com says home inventory is going to improve around 9%. So more inventory means more options for buyers. That's great news if you're a buyer and you're looking to purchase this year. It means more competition for sellers. So price and presentation are going to be more important now, going into 2026, since you'll have more competition. Home sales, everyone is projecting improvement, but they're kind of all over the place. So the Realtor.com is projecting a 1.7% increase in home sales. Zillow projects about a 4.3% increase. The National Association of Realtors is the most aggressive at a 14% increase in home sales. So even though they all differ quite a lot, between the different experts, the good news is all of them are pointing towards positive growth in home sales in 2026, which is great news because we've come off of a couple of years of slower and sluggish sales. In 2026, in the triangle, we're going to shift over to the triangle. It looks like more of a year for opportunities for buyers and more negotiating room. So that's going to be kind of the theme. But we're still in a market where the best homes are going to sell quickly. So you still have to be ready if you're a buyer in today's market, and you have to be ready to make a quick decision sometimes. We're going to start in Raleigh, and we'll start with what's happening now because that's going to give us a good foundation going forward. Redfin says the median sales price is around $455,000 in Raleigh. Homes sell in about 56 days. Zillow says the typical home value is about $426,000. Homes sell in about 34 days. And Realtor.com says the median for sale price is about $474,000, and the median days on market is around 61 days. So national forecasts are calling for slightly lower rates, more inventory. Raleigh in 2026 will probably be a stable to soft market overall, where correct pricing and condition of your home is going to make all the difference. Getting into Durham, Redfin says the median sale price is about $410,000 and homes sell in about 40 days. Zillow says the typical home value is around $393,000. Homes go pending in about 33 days. And Realtor.com says the median home sales price is about $415,000. So Durham is projecting more negotiation-friendly market in 2026, especially on homes that are dated, overpriced, or that have been on the market for a long time. However, well-priced homes in good locations, kind of a consistent message that we've heard about the triangle and about Raleigh, well-priced homes in good locations and good conditions will sell quicker. Getting into Cary, Redfin says the median sales price is about $630,000. Homes sell in about 35 days. Zillow says the typical home value is around around 614,000, and homes go pending in about 25 days. And Realtor.com says the median home sales price is around 600,000, and they note a year-over-year decline. So while Cary remains a premium market in the Triangle in 2026, most likely buyers are going to be more selective, and sellers are going to win with correct pricing and condition of home and presentation, really. So it's doing all the things. If you're going to be selling, no matter where you are in the Triangle, if you're going to be selling your home, it's going to be really important to make sure your home is dialed in. You've done the repairs, you've done the landscaping to do the curb appeal, the cleaning, the decluttering, all of those things. And you can find more information in my seller tip videos that are on my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh. Going into 2026 for buyers are going to have more negotiating power today. They're going to have more options and more negotiating power. Use days on market as a leverage tool. So if the typical home in a neighborhood goes under contract in about 25 to 30 days, and there's a home that's sitting on the market for 90 days, you probably have more negotiating power on that home as opposed to some others. And use your best negotiating opportunities. So maybe go in, a lower price or ask for seller concessions. Sometimes you can ask for a rate buy down as well. Be picky, but be ready. So I think I mentioned or alluded to this briefly earlier. More inventory means more choices, but the best homes are going to still move quickly. So be pre-approved, know your must-haves, and be ready to make a fast decision. For sellers in 2026, price for the 2026 market, not the boom. The market generally gets less forgiving when it comes to overpricing. Do the work to get your house ready. We talked a little bit about that. And in a more balanced market, buyers do often ask for credits or repairs or rate buy downs, things like that. So be prepared for that and factor that into your estimated net when you're trying to figure out what your proceeds will be after you sell your home. So hopefully that information is helpful for you. As always, if you want more information on the real estate market, check out my YouTube channel, Welcome to Raleigh. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I hope you have a great day.